Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Devil May Cry 4. This is Accounting Nightmare, and today we're doing the final mission, Mission 20.
Devil May Cry.
Destroy the evil Sanctus. That's all there is to do on this mission. So let's go.
We had originally intended Dante to form the Savior's core. Perhaps it would have been wise to adhere to that choice.
Too late for regrets. Now release Kyrie!
Why oppose the order? I knew your faith was weak, but I always thought you served our wishes.
Bad enough you lying about all this and trying to kill me. But what really pissed me off was using Kyrie!
What is that?
Love. Look it up.
Come on, kid, it's time to finish this!
Wrapping things up on my end.
Don't be too sure, boy. Although flawed, the power of the Savior is beyond that of which you can defeat. The Savior is coming!
Now we're fighting the final boss, Sanctus. So it's a very similar fight to the Mission 11 fight, but there's some very important differences. For starters, now he's got Sparda, because Trish. So sometimes he tries to block with Sparda, but not often. He's got that crazy move where he shoots all these yellow things at you. His little yellow missiles he fires seems to be a lot more common. And yeah, there he's blocking with Sparda. When he does that, just buster him and you'll knock the Sparda out of the way and open him up for a buster. So just like in the first fight, he's got two shields, the big outer shield, and then once you break that, you have to do enough damage quickly enough to prevent him from recharging his big shield. Yeah, this is more like an inner shield, I suppose. Does love to teleport around. He also really loves this fireball move. He's got a bunch of other moves, but he really spams the fireballs. I'm not sure why. Also, if you start the buster from the air, I think it does a bit more damage because you flame him to the ground first. Yeah, sometimes he teleports behind you and tries to slash you. If you dodge the slash and start attacking quick enough, then yeah, you can break the shield. Yeah, so this is a very buster heavy fight. You're going to be bustering this guy a lot. And yeah, he fires those little missiles at you very often, I feel like. And another block. You can't mess around with attacking him too much. Yeah, so he just escaped me there. Because I spent too long trying to get in some damage, and I knocked him away from me. But you can re-break the shield pretty quickly, which is pretty nice. And once he gets to low health, he gets a new trick up his sleeve, which is pretty nasty. Sometimes though you can kill him before he gets to use this move. Here it is, a big Sparda lunge. But you can buster him.
You give me strength! Am I not worthy?
Never could take those legends too literally. But I do know that Sparda had a heart. A heart that could love another person. A human. And that is what you lack. This time I will save you. Just hold on.
Don't move or I'll...
Sorry I took so long. Kitty.
It's over. Took your time.
What? You looking for an apology?
Well, how long am I gonna have to wait for it? This guy just doesn't let it go.
This is where it started. And this is where it'll end. On my hand.
All right, then. Go finish it, kid.
Wait for me. You know, God, I always hated that you made my arm like this. Now with it, I can destroy this thing. Who would have thought?
And now it's the Savior, but it's also Sanctus, kind of. So Sanctus is, I think, been absorbed into the Savior. Tries to punch us, but we can't. We can actually hurt it with our guns or our sword here. We have to use our arm, just like the cutscene was hinting. Buster that hand. Here comes the other. Buster that, and now the head comes down for you to buster, and that finishes the job.
Now I know. This hand was made for sending guys like you back to hell. And now, you die! guess I should thank you.
But that'd be out of character. Maybe you should just throw an insult my way instead.
Yeah, that sounds better. Still, I owe you.
Don't sweat it. I had my reasons for helping. Take care of yourself.
Wait. You forgot this.
Keep it.
What? I thought this meant a lot to you.
That's the only kind of gift worth giving. I want to entrust it to you, so I am. What you do from here is your call.
Hey, Dante. Will we meet again?
Is this the end?
Maybe. Maybe.
The city's a wreck.
Yeah.
I am still alive, right?
Yeah. We both are. Kitty A. If I'm a demon, and not a human anymore, is this what you want?
Nero, you're you. And it's you I want to be with. I don't know anyone who is as human as you are.
Looks like they're determined to interrupt. Guess that kiss is gonna have to wait.
It's all right. I'll wait.
Thanks.
Now we get a little credit sequence. So in number 3 we had a little credit sequence where we had to kill enough enemies in the time that we were given. If you did that, you get an extra little bonus cutscene. It's a similar idea here, except we have to protect Kyrie until time runs out. If she gets hit by a scarecrow, then the sequence instantly ends and we miss out on an extra cutscene. So obviously we want to protect her. It's really strange actually fighting in here because you don't have a UI, so you can't tell how much Devil Trigger you have. So sometimes I forget to use Devil Trigger here. And the enemies do infinitely respawn here. So it's not really a race to kill them, it's more a race to keep them busy. Oop, that one's right next to her. Oh wait. Nero really didn't want to snatch that scarecrow, did he? But it's taken care of now. Ooh, I'm surprised that one didn't hit her, actually. You'll know if one hits her, because the screen will instantly turn black. Yeah, it's a little... I think it's about a minute and a half that you have to protect her. I'm not sure if enemy health values change on the different difficulties. It doesn't seem to make a big difference. They might get a little bit more aggressive, but it's not like in 3 where enemies would Devil Trigger and it'll be very, very difficult to finish that sequence on Dante Must Die mode. I had to do that one on a lower difficulty. And there we go. That's the sequence done. Now we get an extra cutscene at the end involving Dante and his gang, which is it's a pretty fun cutscene actually. I really like it, so you'll get to see that one. And that's Devil May Cry 4. So thank you all for watching this LP, and thank you all for being very patient during the huge gap between missions 11 and 12. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on there. I won't go into just a lot of real life stuff, and it took me ages to even do mission 12, so I waited to restart the LP until I had a decent backlog so I could have an actual good update schedule. Yeah, so that's mission 20. We've got a couple more videos to do. We're going to do the final 2 Legendary Dark Knight mode videos. Not sure if I'm going to do a Bloody Palace video. I'm still deciding that. I'm still trying to figure out how to make that interesting at all. If I do one, I'll do the final 20 levels of that. But yeah, so this is going to be my final LP, I think, because I burn out on LPing really hard these days. But I'm looking to switch over to streaming, as I said in my Q&A video. So I'll be streaming on Twitch when our internet upgrade finishes, because that's taken quite a while. But when that eventually finishes, I'll have an actual good upload speed, because right now it takes hours, between 2 and 3 hours to upload one video. But yeah, once that's finished, I'll have a good upload quality, and I'll be streaming stuff like the DMC4 Special Edition, the DMC Reboot, because I still have not played that. I've only played the demo. I thought it was alright, but I haven't played the full thing, so I'm looking forward to playing that for the first time on stream. And I might also play other stuff like Revengeance, and just other games I really like. And so all those streams will be recorded, and they'll all be put on my YouTube channel, so you don't have to watch those live. And yeah, you won't miss out on them. They'll all go onto YouTube. So it's going to be a more casual thing. Don't expect really awesome play, because it's all going to be live, and you're going to see me make all sorts of mistakes. But it should be more enjoyable and just more relaxed, I think. Because I do get a bit obsessive when making the LP. I record the same thing just over and over and over. Yeah. That's why I burn out so hard. Guess they're not going to kiss after all. So that final boss, it was a bit disappointing, a bit underwhelming. It's definitely not as good as Virgil was in DMC3. I think mostly because you already pretty much fought Sanctus in Mission 11. And he was just an upgraded version of that boss. I still enjoy the boss though, it's pretty enjoyable. And so here's the bonus cutscene you get for protecting Kyrie.
You're a lifesaver. Now I can finally do my job in peace.
If it was a lifesaver gig, then don't you think we deserve a little more? You call this sincerity?
More? Was it not your fault that things escalated to the level that they did? Bringing Sparda into the spotlight?
Hey, I was just getting to the good part.
This is your case too, Dante.
Yeah, well, we take what we can get, right?
Well, then it's settled.
Devil may cry. It's a customer with the password. They're nearby. What should we do?
You need to ask?
Can I come along?
Do what you want. Don't expect to get paid.
There's something so exciting about all this. You think so, right?
I won't lie.
Okay. Are you ready? Come on, babes! Let's rock!
That's a pretty great cutscene. I love that one. Yeah, very short final mission. A ton of cutscenes, really. It's more like an epilogue mission, I think. So for beating... Whoa. Whoa, okay. We've got a lot of unlocks. Yeah, for beating Dante Must Die mode, we get that game clear art that you see in the background. That artwork. It's quite nice, actually. For each different difficulty in different mode, you get a different piece of artwork. DMC history, that's for, well, beating the game, obviously. So there's a whole bunch of different artwork and stuff we can show off. So I think we'll go have a look at that. There's a bunch of promotional art as well in this game. So some fun bonus content. But first, before we move on, this is the final Buster, Devil Triggered. So just for completion's sake. And there's the jackpot, which was a nice phrase from DMC 1 and 3. Also, if you're having trouble bustering the hands against the saviour, you can actually dodge the first hand and then just buster it when it's on the ground. So that makes it easy to time. You do have to time the second hand correctly though, so that's the tricky part. Our mission menu looks a bit messed up at the moment. That's because I've forcibly unlocked Dante Must Die mode using a trainer. So the game doesn't really expect us to do that, so it's a bit messed up. Let's go load my main file, and then we can look at all the bonus stuff. So there's all the difficulties. The Bloody Palace. The story theatre just lets you watch any cutscene in the game as much as you want. It's pretty good, because it's pretty fun cutscenes. History of DMC is a video I showed at the start of the LP, which is a recap of the Devil May Cry story. Not that the story is very important, but it's nice to have. And Game Clear bonus art. Yeah, so these are for each of the difficulties. This first one I think is for human difficulty, which is easy. It's a rather nice picture. And with all these pictures you can use the L and R buttons to scroll left and right to see more details. So that's pretty cool. Got some dead demons off to the side, a blitz, poor Agnes with a sword through his throat. That looks unpleasant. But yeah. So next up, this is the Devil Hunter one, which is normal difficulty. And all of these can appear behind the title screen once you back out of the file. So that's how I was doing that. On the left we have the different order members, and on the right we have Lady and Trish, of course. The Son of Sparda one, which is hard difficulty. This one might be my favourite, because I just really like the boss designs in this game. I think they look really cool. More of Echidna off to the side, because she's pretty huge. And a bunch of Bale's siblings. There's quite a lot of them. And the Dante Must Die mode one that we just saw. This is a really nice one actually. It's got a whole ton of details off to the sides. We've got like a lineup of enemies and bosses. Yeah, we've got all sorts of stuff there. There's some Angelos. There's Agnes. And over here there's Blitz, Frost. There's even Kratos. That's pretty nice. Yeah, these make really good wallpapers too. Shame you can't see the whole picture in your wallpaper because it's just too wide. And this is the legendary Dark Knight mode one. It's this one's new for the PC version. It wasn't in the original PS3 and 360 versions because legendary Dark Knight mode didn't exist there. But Kiryu's got a Nero doll, and there's Agnes with a Kratos doll, and well, looks like an Angelo. That's a really fun one. Just really goofy. That's what I like most. This is the Heaven and Hell one, or Heaven or Hell. I forget what it's called. But yeah, that's yeah. And the win quote for that one is "You really need to get out more," which I think is pretty funny. And this is the Hell and Hell one. Not much to see in this one. Just the two Devil Trigger forms. It does look quite nice too, though. Yeah, so there you go. Those make really nice wallpapers. They're just really nice pieces of artwork. And now we've got character images and publicity art. So I'll go through all these, and I'll leave you with some Devil May Cry music. And when we come back, we'll look at a couple other things. And that's all of those. So there's some nice little pieces in there. So we'll check out the library. The library is pretty fun to look through. There's just info on pretty much everything. In items, we can look at all the orbs and stuff that you can collect, with a little bit of flavor text for everything. Yeah, and then holy waters, devil stars, everything just gets a little bit of text for it. Even all these key items. There's quite a lot to look at in here. So we won't go through everything, we'll just have a quick look at each section. Lesser demons, these are just the normal enemies. And you can look at their models, which is really nice. You can't move them around at will, unfortunately. But they do rotate around for you to look at. Some more nice flavor text for the Blitz. That's pretty cool. And bosses. All of those come with their 3D models. Very nice. Man, Beryl looks so cool. And arms. This section is pretty simple. It's just a quick 3D model of each of the weapons that Dante and Nero have. Nero's section is small, of course, because Dante has way more weapons. And others, this is where stuff gets interesting. we'll look at character first, because it's probably the least interesting of the sections here. But it's still got some cool little character details, and you can see their models as well. And Nero's actions and Dante's actions. These are really handy, especially when you're newer to the game. This is just every combo that you have access to. And it tells you how to do it, and it even shows you a cool little video of the attack being performed. So that helps you figure out the different moves, and figure out if you're doing them correctly. Which is super handy, especially for Dante, since he has so many moves. You can, yeah, look at all these moves. No, there's more. There we go. Yeah, this is a great little section to have a look at when you're still new, just to refresh yourself on the different attacks you can do. And yeah, then there's the tutorial messages that show up as you're playing the game with tutorials on. I think we turned them off, but these are if you want a refresher. So yeah, there's a fair bit of stuff there to look at. And finally we have My History, which is the achievements. So you get an achievement for getting halfway through human difficulty, and then for beating human difficulty. And same for Devil Hunter, Son of Sparda, and Dante Must Die. Then Legendary Dark Knight, you only get an achievement for beating these more gimmick modes, rather than getting halfway through and then beating. And then look at the dates on these: 2008, 2015. Yeah, I've been playing this game off and on for so long. Yeah, Heaven and Hell, Hell and Hell, beat everything in the different difficulties with S rankings. Those ones will take you a little while. Clear all game modes, so I only got that recently because I hadn't beaten Legendary Dark Knight mode until recently. All secret missions, and then for getting to certain parts of the Bloody Palace, every 10th floor gets you a little achievement. And then getting an S ranking in the Bloody Palace, which involves basically finishing it and not using a super character. Beat the game with a super character? I don't know if you actually have to play through every level. I think you only have to do mission 20. And I think that's how you get that, so it's nice and simple. Get an S rank combo, an SS, and a triple S. Nice and simple ones. Get an S ranking, max out your health bar by getting all the blue orbs, max out your devil trigger by getting all the purple orbs. Get tons of red orbs. This last one, 1 million? What? That's a lot. And then there's the same for Proud Souls. Yeah, 1 million Proud Souls. It took me a while to get that one, 2011, whereas most of my other ones are 2008, 2009, so I must have had to farm that one in the Bloody Palace. Killed tons of enemies. Took me a while to get that one too. Max out your items, which involves just buying stuff from the shop over and over until you can carry no more. Max out Nero's skills, max out Dante's skills. And that's the final achievement. And that's basically everything for Devil May Cry 4 except for the Legendary Dark Knight missions, which I'll post soonish. I need to finish editing them. That takes a little while. But yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the future. See ya!